Hi, everybody. This is Rick Bailey, president at Northern New Mexico College, coming to you from the beautiful El Rito campus. Today is Friday, August the 13th. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to our latest video update for our college and our community. Two quick things to talk about. First, I want to talk about the Student Success Academy. That's a project that we have with the Higher Learning Commission, and as all of you know, the Higher Learning Commission is the entity that gives us our institutional accreditation. In the next day or two, you're going to see an email. This is for all faculty and staff. You're going to see an email with a link to a survey. I'm asking all of our faculty and staff, please, to participate in this survey. I took the survey yesterday. It takes literally less than 60 seconds. So please take that time, fill out that survey. We need to collect that data for the Student Success Academy project. And I'm asking for all faculty and staff to participate. So thank you in advance for that. Next, let's talk about vaccines. We are in the middle of our finishing Convocation Week, and we started Convocation on Monday with a meeting with all of our faculty and staff, and we had a really insightful, thoughtful conversation about vaccines, and more importantly, how far the college could go in pushing to make the vaccine more mandatory. Now, I know the word mandate right now in this country has a negative connotation, and we start talking about personal rights, and I'm sensitive to all of those arguments. But we, as a college, need to make a decision about what's in the best interests of the health and safety of not only our students, faculty, and staff, but for everyone we come in contact with, the rest of our community, our loved ones, everyone else. We have the distinction, I think we may be the only institution in the state that has not had a single positive COVID case originate from either campus. That was not an accident. That is because we took this so seriously and put things in place from the beginning that kept everyone safe. Even as challenging as that was, we did so in an effort to keep everyone safe, and it worked. Well, as we move forward, this meeting on Monday, my impression, and I definitely want to hear for those of you who were there, your impression, that it seemed almost unanimous that making the vaccine mandatory and really becoming more aggressive in requiring that is something we should really seriously consider. So within the next several days, we're going to be putting some guidance out that I think will position us to take a more aggressive step in terms of vaccinations. Now, let me qualify some of this. First of all, the requirement for the vaccine will only be for those people who want or need to be on either campus, to either to do their job or to take classes or anything else. So if we have a student taking classes fully online who doesn't need to be on either campus, okay, well then that vaccine requirement, at least for now, is not going to be placed on an individual like that. I do want to say a special thanks to UNM, CNM, and New Mexico State. I think they have been grappling with this like we have, and I think they have taken some stands that are right, and I applaud their leadership. There will be exemptions to this as we put this guidance out. There are going to be people in our community who have a legitimate religious reason why they cannot take this vaccine. There will be some who have a legitimate medical reason why they cannot accept this vaccine, and we are going to honor those. Obviously, we have to look at those on a case-by-case basis. But for those legitimate reasons, we're going to honor those exemptions. Lastly, let me say this. A dear friend of mine told me recently that a lot of people in our community look to the college to be a role model. Right? Since the beginning of the pandemic, they have looked at what the college has been doing in terms of physical presence on campus and masks and all the other things that we've done. They've actually looked at us and have modeled that behavior in the rest of the community. Now, what does that mean? What it means, it's an awesome responsibility, right? As the college, it is a heavy responsibility to be the role model for behavior for the rest of a community. But I have to tell you that I am so grateful for that opportunity. I'm grateful that the college has the opportunity to be a role model, to be a leader in exemplifying the behavior that we think is in the best interest of the health and safety of our community. And along with that heavy responsibility is an opportunity, right? Everything that we've done since the beginning of this pandemic, everything, and I think all of you would agree with this, we have not done frivolously, and we have not done in a knee-jerk way. We have been incredibly thoughtful about every single step we've taken since the beginning of this pandemic, and this one is no different. It's interesting. I think about, as people talk about personal rights and personal freedoms, and whether or not, as a college president, I'm being too heavy-handed by considering mandating vaccines. I like to juxtapose this with the issue of motorcycle helmets, right? In many states in the West, states don't require people to wear a helmet when they ride a motorcycle, even though it's dangerous. That's a personal choice, right? Now, granted, you can make the argument that insurance costs and we all kind of pay the price for that because of a rule like that. But generally speaking, that's an individual choice. And I'm not an epidemiologist, but we have so many experts, and we're so blessed to have science faculty and nursing faculty, all who have helped us kind of learn about this as we've moved forward. A public health crisis is different than a motorcycle helmet. It's a public health crisis. And actually, I know it sounds corny, but from the beginning we've said, we're all in this together. Those aren't just words. We are really all in this together. And if we don't, as a planet, if we don't get enough people vaccinated, then the next generation of variants likely will be immune to the vaccines. And then we're all in big trouble, because then the vaccines won't even help us. So when we say we're all in this together, we're all in this together. And if the college can play a small part in saying, hey, we're going to take a stand on this, and this is what we think we need to do to keep everyone safe, then I think the college will take that responsibility seriously and move forward with that. I want you to know that is the spirit within which we are considering these positions. And as I said, we take this responsibility incredibly seriously. As always, I want your feedback. As a college president, I know that the policies that we're enacting, some people would call them reckless if they're not aggressive enough. Some people would call them fascist if they were too aggressive. And so we sit somewhere on that spectrum, and I understand that. This is one of those situations that not everyone will be happy with me or the college. I know that. But at the end of the day, I would rather be criticized for having a heavy hand and being over in how we approached this pandemic than to sit with family, friends, and coworkers as we mourn the loss of loved ones who didn't need to die unnecessarily from this virus. That's the trade-off that we're approaching. I apologize for this very, very sobering conversation, but I wanted you to know where we're at and how we're approaching this and what we're thinking. And as always, we want your feedback, both positive and negative. We'll continue to hear and accept your feedback for how we move forward. Okay, again, look for that guidance in the coming days. In the meantime, from all of us at the college, our students, our faculty, our staff, we say muchísimas gracias. Kunda woha. God bless you and everyone you love. Thanks very much, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.